Listen, do you want to trade like a pro? Like, are you tired of losing? Or don't you just want to do something for your own instead of getting signals and just depending on someone else to make money? Like, this shit ain't that hard. You can learn this yourself. Obviously, I'm not saying it's mad easy. Like, you need hard work, discipline, dedication, consistency, and you can do this shit yourself. As long as you keep it simple, just keep your strategy simple. Me personally, I trade like a pro. Like, that's the way I see it. Like, I've tried trading a lot of other ways, but since I changed my trading style, it's coming like it's becoming easy for me. For me, anyways. Everyone's different. See, with trading, everyone learns the same thing, right? Support resistance, Fibonacci retracement line, indicators, whatever, yeah. But what makes a good trader is your mindset. So me personally, I started seeing good results when when I changed my mindset like this. Regarding, I'm talking about leverage trading. I'm not talking about spot trading, yeah? So with leverage trading, as soon as I changed my mindset to whatever money, because I don't really do that 1% shit, you know, like, oh, only trade with 1% your couple. I don't do that. Like, I'm sorry, like, if this gets people angry or whatever, but I don't do that. That's not me, innit? Like, if I've got 10K in my trading account, I'm not putting 1% of 10K in that trade. Like, if I see a good trade and I see a good opportunity, I'll put 25% in. And then depending on where the price is at, if it goes a bit lower, then I'll put 50% in. And if it goes a bit more lower, I'll put the rest in. And I'm all in. Do you see what I'm saying? Even if it's the other way, if it's going up, if I put 2.5K in and it goes up, I'll load it up. I'll put another 5K in once we establish a new support, once we flipped a nice resistance and turn it to support, I'll put the rest in. That's the way I trade, innit? But each their own. I'm not saying you shouldn't risk 1%. This is what I'm trying to say. Everyone's thing is different. We all learn how to trade. And what makes us a good trader is our mindset. And my mindset, once I changed this, before when I used to get into trades, I used to be like, cool. I mean, I need this 5K to 10 to 20K. And then obviously that won't happen. Or sometimes it might, but majority of times it won't happen. But I'll be pissed. I'm too emotionally attached to that trade. But once I started going in like, cool, I'm about to put this 10K in my leverage account. I'm ready to lose this 10K. If I lose this 10K, safe. I don't care. Once I started going in like that, I started seeing better results because the way I saw it was, even if it's just 1K, even if it's $100, whatever I got in my leverage account, the way I see it is it's gone. Say bye to it. You're never going to see it again. Don't get twisted. I'm going to try my best to double that, triple that, 10 times it. But my mind frame from the beginning is that money's gone. Once I started going into trades like that, I started seeing better outcomes. But anyways, trading like a pro. How do I trade? So I'm looking at Crow right now. Obviously, I'm looking at Crow. I don't know if I'm gonna short or if I'm gonna long. All depends on what happens once Crow hits. Let's turn this to yellow. Once Crow hits here, all depends on what Crow does. So if Crow does something like this, it goes like that. Obviously, I'm longing. I'm gonna long. That's simple, yeah. And if it does the opposite, it starts going down, I'm gonna short. Going to Crow, let me explain to you my thought process about Crow, because look, over here I was waiting to short and I explained why I had to wait for the price action to break this line. As you can see, if I zoom in, it didn't break it. It used it as support and it kept on going. And then I said, if it breaks this yellow line, I'm going to long. But the problem was I wanted Crow to do something like this for me, to go up, come down, use that support and then do that. But it didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? That just came out messy. Let's do this again. I wanted Crow to go up, come down, and then go up. That's what I wanted it to do. Let's turn this white and let's make it bigger. It didn't do that. But obviously I wanted it to come all the way low, but it didn't do that. That's why retest. Retest is the best, safest entry. It doesn't always happen. This is an example right here. I wanted it to come back to over here, but it didn't. It came over here. And you can call that a retest, whatever, but I just wanted it to come all the way here. I would have felt better because I was putting a lot of money in there. I was going to put 10K, 10x leverage. You know, it goes, that would have been a 100K trade. That's why I just wanted everything to be perfect. sometimes you don't get perfect in trading. But anyways, let's get to Crow. So I talked about Crow 5 days ago. 5 days ago was before all of this happened. 5 days ago, we was here. This was it. We was right here. None of this shit happened, yeah? So 5 days ago, here it is. It's buying Crow, the smartest move of 2025. Bear in mind my thumbnails and my headlines. You can call them clickbait or whatever, but it's just to draw attention, innit? That's just the way YouTube works. So it's a fucked up game. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you can't beat them, you join them. It's one of those ones, innit? But anyway, let's get into Crow, yeah?
Obviously, if
Boom.
crypto.com has Crow, so
that's the news behind it. And I show you, look, Crow is outperforming everything. Bear in mind, this was like 3 days ago, 5 days ago. And then look, this is the bit.
short Crow. But for me to I couldn't just enter a short. For me to short Crow, I needed to break this line. Obviously, if it broke this line, this was yesterday. This was around here yesterday. If it done that, I would have shorted it.
I'm gonna stop it right there and let's go on the charts. That would be on the 19 cents mark, yeah. All right, so that would have been over here. So that was the day before I done that video. So I saw Crow pump. So I'm thinking whatever goes up must come down. I need to short Crow. For me to short Crow, I needed to break here, use that support, or use that as resistance, sorry, and come down. I would have shorted it. It didn't happen. It went up. Bear in mind, see this yellow line? Let's go on the 4 hour. It is a very strong resistance line. You see it? It goes all the way back to 2024, November. December the 4th, same thing. It hit there, went down, hit there, went all the way down. So now we're back at it again. Yeah, let me go on the 1 hour. Now we're back at that yellow line again, right? So over here, everything in my body tells me that's just the way that's not everyone, but majority of good traders, that's what you do. When you want to open a short position, you open at resistance and you do your stop loss just above it. That's just how it goes. And this would have been a perfect short, but on this video I explained this right now everything is telling me to short, but the problem is it's got FOMO behind it. And once a coin has FOMO behind it, you can forget about all of this. You see all of this TA, forget about it, because something can look like a good setup, and then these people that don't know shit, they can wake up and they can see a coin 80% up and they'll be like, yo, Donald Trump talked about this. That's it. Yo, baby, we're selling the car. We're buying this coin. They don't care if it's going up 80%, 90%. That's why FOMO is a real thing. You can't trade against FOMO. So in this video, I explained about FOMO.
It would have been a nice short because it's going up. I'm not saying it can keep going up and never come down, but you shouldn't always think, oh, if it goes up, it must come down. Because, bro, if it's got FOMO is a real thing. Like, some people don't understand, like, the power of FOMO is strong. It can wreck you. It can fuck up a good setup that you've got. FOMO can just ruin it. Like, something can look like a good short and people just keep buying. It can mess you up. So
cool. Now we're over here. Now I've realized FOMO's officially kicked in. There's no way I'm shorting this coin, right? Now, because remember, I don't love these projects. Like, all I want to do is make money. I don't care if crypto.com goes to the moon or if it goes down. As long as I make money, I'm cool, yeah? Cool. So now I flipped long. And bear in mind, I've seen this coin go up already like 75%, 67%. So I'm thinking for me to long this, I needed to do that, which it did. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my finger, man. All right, cool. I needed Crow to do that, this, and then boom, we go on the moon mission, yeah? It didn't do that. It stopped over here. And when it stopped over there, I could have entered as well, you know. But me personally, I was trading with a lot of money. So I just wanted everything to be perfect and I would have entered that long. And that long would have been sweet. It would have been a sweet one. From here to here. Look at that. 57%. You might as well just call it 60%. I would have turned that 10K to 60K. Like, or 57K, whatever. that would have been a nice trade. But do I cry about that? Do I moan? Do I FOMO when it's doing all of this? Did I FOMO? No, because I trade like a pro and I've got my rules, I've got my principles, and I've got my discipline. So cool. I could have entered a short. I didn't do that. I missed out on all of this because I was in other coins. And I started shorting Link. I started getting into other coins. And plus, this is a large market cap and it's moving very too quick for me. And sometimes when a coin moves too quick for me, I don't like entering because, like I said, I'm not trading with no $50, $100. Like I'm trading with 10K, 5K. The lowest I'm going with is like 2K. And that would just be my first initial entry. And I would top it up because everyone's different. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trading with small margin, but everyone's situation is different, isn't it? But anyways, yeah. Cool. Now trading like a pro. How would you enter this trade? Nice retracement. Came down over here, came up, came down again. So buyers didn't want it to go below this line, right? Cool. Went up. No problem. I ain't got a problem with this going up. Now, how do I enter this trade? Now, me personally, the way I trade like a pro, I wait. I know it sounds boring, but I wait. By me waiting, I take away a lot of risky factors. So cool. I wait and I'll enter the trade if Crow does this. Crow comes here, does some weird shit like this. I'll enter. Simple. I'll enter over here. This will be my entry. See how it's done over here? This will be my long. I'll just go long. No problem, yeah? No problem at all. Let's get rid of this. But also, I'm ready to do this as well. Because if Crow does this, yeah, I'm in. I'll enter. Yellow line will be my entry. And that's just how I trade. I trade like this with every coin. With spot trading, I don't really get technical like this. I just buy support. I'll put a nice amount on support and then I'll find another support below it. I'll put the rest in and I'll hold on to the coin for 3 months, 6 months and whatever it does, it does. But with leverage, I am very technical with leverage because you got market makers, you got a lot of things happening in a very short space of time. So you just have to move quick and you have to be very technical when it comes to leverage trading. And this is how I trade. And trading like this has saved me a lot of money. Bear in mind, I've lost a lot of money already trading other ways. And since I changed my trading style to this, to market structure, and just have my discipline, my rules, and all of that shit, that's it, man. I've been calm. Like, look, you don't see them no crazy indicators. Like, you see a RSI, you see a MACD. Reading tree, I don't even need them. But obviously, they are nice to have in it. But reading tree, I don't need them. You don't see all of these mad indicators on my thing. Like, I'm not saying they're not cool, but I don't really need them. Do you get what I'm saying? Another coin that I'm looking at, what's this one? Obviously, I'm looking for a long. This would have been the 0.5 fib level, and this one was the golden pocket fib level. Me being real with you, if it touched that yellow line, I would have entered the long. That's just me being real in it. But right now, I'm being picky. I'm being very picky because I want to put a lot of money in this trade. And the Crow setup as well, I want to put a lot of money in the Crow setup as well. So if the price action doesn't do what I feel comfortable with, if it's not doing what, basically what I'm trying to say is, if it's not doing what I want it to do, I'm not going to enter the trade. And if I miss out, oh, well, there's always going to be another trade. Look how many, come on, man, look how many coins are out there. There's a hell of coins out there. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, see this coin, I want to get into this. Why? Because it's had the big pump and it's come back down. As it traced to the 0.5, it broke below it. Now it's coming to the golden pocket 618. These are fib levels. I didn't just make these lines up in it. These are fib levels, yeah? So ideally, whatever goes up must come down, and it's coming down. And then now it must go back up. Whether you call it a relief, like whatever you call it, like a little bounce or support bounce or a golden pocket bounce, whatever you call it, I don't care what you call it. Me personally, I see an opportunity to make some money here. And right now, if I want to, like, if I was trading with a small amount of money, like if I was trading with like whatever, $50, $10, $100, whatever, I can go in right now. Like, because it's so close to the golden pocket. But the same thing can happen. The same thing like over here, it can just roll over and go all the way down. That's why I rather wait. Plus, there's no volume today. I think it's some sort of bank holiday or some sort of holiday in America. So that's why everything's mad low right now. But yeah, that's the 2 coins I'm looking at. What other coins am I looking at? Like really looking at? That's about it, you know. For longs, for Crow, telling you, I got a mad feeling I might get in this now. I got a mad feeling I might get in this now. I got a mad feeling. I got a weird little feeling I might get in Crow right now. But we're looking, there's still 20 minutes left on the candlestick. I'm just thinking, for this video's sake, is it gonna give me an opportunity where I can actually enter a trade and show you guys? But nah, I'm gonna keep this video nice and short. Either way, whether I enter the long or whether I enter short, I'm gonna keep you updated and I'll post it. That's it from me, man. Like, subscribe, all of that, all of that, all of that.